video demonstration of ApophisOS full links on your Android phone. This is a T-Mobile Rebel 5G. As you can see, it has Plasma Desktop. I'm going to click on the terminal, and you can see that it says Kubuntu. It has 4 gigs of RAM, and it has a 64 gig hard drive. It gives you all of the information that it's showing it running KDE Plasma 6 in a Wayland compositor. Touch optimized. To work on your phone. There you go. How do I get that on this phone? Well, that's what this video is about. First thing you got to do is go to the website. The website is ApophisOS.com. Just click on the Get ApophisOS, and you want to click on the one on the left. The one on the left is the newest app. And then you click on Buy It Now, and it will install to your device. Now make sure that when you go on to the website, you do it on the device because you want it to install on the device. So today we're going to be using the Calypso 4 AT&T. This is just a prepaid budget phone. I'm using this phone to demonstrate that it can go on any Android device. So you can see there's not a lot on there. Minimal apps on the phone. But let's say you've downloaded it to this phone or your device. You got to find it in your settings. So go to File, and it will be in your Downloads folder. But usually it's in your Downloads folder. But on this phone, you got to go down to Internal Storage and find it in the Internal Downloads. So you can see it's downloaded, but it's not installed. You got to click on it to install it. Alright, so the app is installed. Now we're going to find it in our app drawer, long press on it to move it to the home page. From here we want to go to the website. So we're going to open up our app drawer, go to our browser. And I've already got the browser up on here. So we're going to go to the home page just so that you guys can go from the start. This is the home page. This is where you downloaded the app from. So you're going to click on the install guide. From there, it's going to tell you to do exactly what I just did. We're going to enable developer options. We're going to disable child processes if we can. The child processes is per device. So it depends on the operating system that you have. We're going to set the app permissions, and we're going to set battery to unrestricted. We're going to enable drawing over other apps. So how do we do all of this? Well, we do all of this in the settings. So you go to settings, about phone, and then look for the build number and tap it 7 times. So let's do that. Settings, about phone, build number, tap it 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it will say you're now a developer. It's already enabled on this phone. As you can see, this phone is running Android 13. We're going to go back. Now that we have developer options, you have to find developer options. Developer options is in settings and system. So go to system. There's developer developer options. Click on developer options. First thing you want to do is click on stay awake. Click on USB debugging just because it's always a good thing to do. In here, you want to find disable child processing. Now, don't get alarmed if your phone doesn't have that. This phone does not have the child processes toggle. Some versions of Android do, some do not, especially if you're on an unrooted phone. So we're going to toggle through just to see, but this one does not have the disable child processes on it. Alright, so we went as far as we can go with that. Now the next thing we got to do is we got to go to app settings. We got to set up the app with battery optimization and drawing over other apps. So how do we do that? We're going to long press and we're going to press on app info. First thing we want to set up is your permissions. Just click on it and enable, allow every permission. Whatever's in the list, it's going to be different per phone. So we're just going to allow everything. And then we're going to go back. And the next one we're going to do is battery. So we're going to do battery optimization. We want to set it to unrestricted. So tap on battery, set it to unrestricted. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pause, we're going to untoggle the pause app activity because we don't want that to pause. We want it to stay on. So we're going to turn that off, and then we're going to click on display over other apps. We're going to toggle that to on. And then we got this neat feature making it a home launcher. We'll talk about that at the end. Right now you're done with your app setup. So now that we've done the battery optimization, I'm going to go back to the website. We tried the child processes, we set permissions, we did battery unrestricted, we did enable over other apps. Now we're going to go to the setup guide. So you're going to click on the setup guide right there. Okay. Now it says wait for the terminal prompt. This is important. So what you have to do is go back to your home screen and you want to click on the app. And what that's going to do is it's going to download automatically the Ubuntu file system. So we're just going to let that download. Okay, it says setup is complete, but don't touch it yet. Let's go back to the website. Now, it says you will see a terminal prompt when extraction is complete. Press exit, not continue. Setup complete, press exit. That takes you back to your home screen. From there, you want to get into the main terminal. You get into the main terminal by long pressing on the app icon and pressing terminal. That will take you to the main terminal where it says, welcome to ApophisOS. That's where you'll be entering your commands to set up the desktop. So now from here we'll use the back button quite often. So you want to scroll to whatever the first step is. The first step is fix the DNS. You have to do that so that it updates correctly. The website is set up for mobile use, so all of these green commands, you can just tap and copy them. And then we'll use the back button. We'll go into the terminal. From here, you just tap the screen. That opens your keyboard, and then you long press on the screen to paste the command, and you press enter. That fixes the DNS. Then we're going to go back to the website. I'm going to go to the next step, which is update Ubuntu. I'm going to click on it to copy it. And then we're going to tap the screen for the keyboard. We're going to long press to paste it. And then we're going to press enter. From here, it will update Ubuntu, and when it's done, it will return you to the terminal prompt. Okay, so the update is done. So now what we're going to do is go back to the website. And we've done update Ubuntu. The next step is to install KDE Plasma. This is the fun one. Copy it. Go back to the terminal. Press the screen to open the keyboard. Long press to paste. Press enter. This is going to take a while. It will take several minutes to download all of the packages. Just let it run. At the end, it will return you to the terminal prompt. So the first part was the download from the repos. This part is the actual install. Again, this is going to be the longest process, so just wait for it to finish. Okay, so the update and the install is all complete. So now what we're going to do is go back to the website again, and we're going to scroll through this again. We already did the install KDE Plasma. So the next thing is to disable the screen locker. Now this is optional, you don't have to do it, but trust me, you're going to want to. We're going to do it anyway just for the sake of argument. And again, we're going to click on the screen, and then we're going to long press to paste. Switch back to the website. And then we're going to install the browser. I install Falcon browser just because the setup is easier, but once you get to the desktop, you can install any browser you want as long as it is a standard deb file. This is Ubuntu, so Ubuntu uses Snap more than anything else, and Snap will not work in a prut environment, so you have to find a deb file. We will long press and paste it, and we'll let that install. This will only take a minute or two. And that's done. So now we will go back to the website again using the back button. Whoops, too far. Too quick on the draw. And the next one is to fix the Falcon sandbox. Any browser that you use is going to be sandboxed, and you have to fix it so that it can see out into the internet. In layman's terms, that's what we're doing. So just click on it to paste, or to copy. Back to the terminal. Long press, paste it, press enter. Back to the website, and you're going to continue doing that until you get to the last command. Make sure you don't skip any of those commands though, they're all important. Okay, so the sandbox is fixed. Next is to disable the KDE wallet. Again, this is another optional step you don't have to do, but trust me, you're going to want to because it's very annoying. So, same workflow. Long press, paste. Same workflow. These are all touch optimizations. You don't have to do any of them, they're all optional, but they all make the experience better, so we're going to go ahead and do it. These are all real quick, they're just copy and paste and enter, and you're done. And then you'll notice that when you have multiple commands in a row like this, the one you just did is always highlighted. That way you don't get confused, you know where you're at in the process. And then same workflow, long press, paste, enter.
Now we're at the critical part. This is where you copy and paste your start script. So you want to read these so that you understand, but obviously I'm going to go through it in this video too. So we want to paste the start script. You're going to click on it to copy it, and you're going to go back to the terminal, and this is a crucial step. You have to look real close. What we're going to do is we're going to tap on this little orb right here, and that's going to pull up another window. I know it's hard to see because of all the other text, but you want to click on the one that says display. That's going to be your main display where your desktop is going to visualize, but right now it's not. So now you want to press on the orb again, and now you can see all of the choices that you have in there. So you want to long press on the one that says display. That opens up another box where you will copy and paste your start script. So you want to tap on it, get the cursor in there, and then long press to paste, and then press done. And then you immediately want to exit. And you can exit out of all of these. You don't need those anymore. Now you're back at your home screen. Now the next step, and where the magic happens, is you simply press on it. And if you've done it correctly, this is what you're going to see. There's your Plasma splash screen. Down at the bottom it says powered by KDE Plasma.
Now it's a little slow on this particular phone just because it's a cheap budget phone, but you can see that you have your Plasma desktop right there. So it's kind of small. What we're going to do is we're going to click on view, and I'm going to click resolution. I'm going to set that to 90%, and that will make it a little bit bigger. And then we're going to click on the mouse mode, and we want to click on tablet. That gives you your touchscreen optimization. And there you go. Full KDE Plasma. That's how you get it running. From there you can tweak it to your liking. And if you want to keep this running all the time on your phone as a Linux first phone, from there what you'll do is you'll go back to your home screen, long press on the app again, press on app info, then you want to go down and you want to find the home app. You want to set it as default. What that does is it turns it into your app launcher. See, now your home page is KDE Plasma. And if you need access to your Android side, that little tiny hidden menu right there is a toolbar that gets you to your settings, your keyboard, and whatever other apps you have installed. Since there's not a whole lot on here, this is all that shows up. But if you want to make a call, you make your call. You want to send a text message, find your contacts. There you go. That gives you a full Linux operating system running on your Android phone. Thanks for